So I thought what I would make this video because I got a kit that I sort of wanted for a while. Um, I I like Mustangs and I like building Mustang models. So I got this kit here. I've been wanting to get one of these kits, but as you know, they're like 50 bucks. So I just kept putting it off, and I finally decided, well, this month I'll just go ahead and get one. And to be honest, I have no idea who this guy is, and I don't really even care. I had heard that some of the Salvinos kits were like pre-colored, and I was trying to pick a kit that hopefully would not be pre-colored. And since most of this car looked like it was white with the blue parts painted on it, I took a chance. And I was lucky because it actually is molded in white. So I can paint it any color I want. Now I built the Tamiya GT4 Mustang. That's an awesome kit. The difference between those two kits are they're two different kinds of race cars. This one has an engine. The GT4 does not have a full engine. I think on the bottom of the kit you can see the bottom of the engine, I believe. I can't remember if there was a cover plate on the chassis or not. But you can't take the hood off on the Tamiya one, and there's no engine underneath there anyway. That's not a problem with that kit. It's an awesome Mustang kit. If you like Mustangs, I definitely recommend that one. Just forget about it not having an engine. It's very, very detailed, very good looking. It's a modern Mustang like this one. So I thought I would try this. I once, let's see, this kit comes with it came with 3 decal sheets. It came with this one, which is a lot of black parts that looks like it would be convenient because you would not have to paint that back panel or the lower, you wouldn't have to tape and mask all that stuff off, and the grill. And that grill portion is not open. I'll have to see if they I don't know if that's open on the real car or not. Probably not. It's probably just painted on the car body. I don't know. I don't know much about these cars because I don't have cable, so I don't see any of the races anyway. But I just bought it because it was a Mustang and it was a race car. So, but that's one of the decals that came with it. The other decals were to make this car on the box and some other car or something. Or maybe this guy drove more than one car. I don't know. I actually put them in my decal box because I have no intention of using them. And then just has your typical. Now I built a lot of monogram NASCAR kits back in the 80s and 90s. I don't think I've built one since maybe early 2000s. I might have built one back then. I do have I have a monogram Ford Thunderbird in my stash, but I actually bought that for the engine. I didn't really have any intention of building it. Because like I said, I probably built 20 or 30. Oh, I know I bought 20. I know I built 20 or 30. Back at the height of NASCAR, back when I had cable, I used to watch it every week. But anyway, here's some parts for the Mustang. It has the intake. I guess that would be the air cleaner, so to speak. And then there's the hood or whatever. And then here's the engine. I got to do some lookup on the engine because I don't really know if that engine's accurate or not. I've heard different stories, but I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to check it out. The valve covers are kind of plain. I think these are the valve covers here, but there's not much detail on them. They're just flat. So I don't know. I don't know about that. These race cars, like most race cars today, have a flat bottom pan. So that's radically different than the older cars. The older cars, even all the way up to before they went to these style cars, all those cars before used, like, I forget what it was, but the floor plan, the front floor plans were out of like a, I don't know what it was, a 65 Ford or something, like a a full-size Ford, not a Fairlane, but Galaxy 500, something like that. Of course, they probably handmade them later on, but they used that as a template. It's just like they used a Ford. All of them used a Ford 9-inch rear end. Even it didn't matter if it was a Chevy or a Pontiac or whatever, a Dodge maybe even, whatever it was. They used a Ford 9-inch. So they used different parts. And the rear trailing arms on the back of the NASCAR were off a Chevy pickup truck, so it was almost like an AMC vehicle made out of parts from different American car manufacturers. So here's some more parts that just, for the I noticed in the directions there was like this pan goes behind the back window in the chassis, and I wasn't aware of that. I don't know these cars very well, like I say, because I don't really get to see the races, but it looks very interesting. It looks like there's plenty of parts, so it should be a good kit. That's probably, I'm not sure that's probably part of the roll cage. Oh yeah, I turn it over. So there's part of the roll cage. I'm just showing this in case somebody's never built one of these before like me. So, and we'll just take a look at the, ooh, nice detail on those rotors. Look at that. Nice. Now they use some kind of quick change rear end. I'm surprised I can take the beating of racing. Those cars are pretty brutal. I mean, they used a Ford 9-inch for so many years. That was bulletproof, but I don't know much about that rear end. I mean, it's some kind of quick change, but maybe it's just made specifically for NASCAR. I don't know. I have to look it up. Here's the wheels, and then the inner fenders, the window netting, oil pan, radiator. The wheels are like two-piece. And then the tires are really, really nice. They're already smooth. There's not really hardly any seam in the middle. That'll come right off. They're really solid. I mean, you try to squeeze them down, and that ain't easy. I mean, they would support just about any kind of die cast or anything. I mean, that's a tough tire. So that's what we got there. I don't know when I'm going to build it. I've got some other projects in line, but I'm not decided what color I'm going to paint it. I do have some Hooter decals that came with one of the Chevys from this company that I got. So I may use those because I was a big Alan Kawicki fan when he was running or when he was alive. But I kind of might like to do the Hooters decals on it, but I haven't decided. It's going to take some time to get caught up here, and then I'll jump into it. We'll see. I also got to do some research on the engine and some other things on this car. If you're an expert on these cars, post something below and help me out, because I don't really know. One question I have is whether these cars are all the chassis the same color, like the roll bar and the inside of the car and the chassis, are they painted all the same color, or do the individual teams can paint them any color they want? The instructions on this car, I think it said those parts were red, but I didn't know if that's because they're all red on every car, or the race team likes to paint the interior red. But I will probably paint, if you can paint it any color you want to, and I do make it a Hooters car, I would paint it orange. The body would be white, But I would paint the inside, all that stuff orange. But because that would be cool. It would really stand out that way. Not the belly pan. I'm sure the belly pan's probably black. Because the instructions do say to paint that black. So that's probably the same on every car. And I'm guessing the chassis are exactly the same on every car. It's just the bodies are different. I don't really know. So I don't know if research will tell me that or not. But if you got any tips on building a modern NASCAR, just post it below, because it'll save me a lot of time and hassle. Because I'm treading water. So let's put the right. I'm going to leave that out because there's a lot of stuff in this box. I mean, this box has got some weight to it. It's like a Mobius kit, you know. There's a lot packed in there, and you can see I repacked it. It's up to the top. Now I don't have any room for the body, so I'm not going to squeeze it in there. I don't want to warp it or break anything. So maybe I could just admire it. Since it's a Mustang, I could just formulate my plan with it. So that's it on that. That's coming up probably this year, and it's new to me. I've never built one, and it's a Mustang. So we will catch you on the next time, and we'll see what you're building.